Yes, it's actually a very important part, and actually, this is the reason a lot of the problems modern youth is facing these days. One point Swamiji used to again and again in the satsang that when you're by yourself, where you park your inner space, that is very important because it is during those moments, the thoughts, everything you cherish in your inner space that shapes your muscle memory, that shapes your muscle memory, shapes your very inner space itself. So, continuously idealizing and having them continuously celebrities or social media you are cherishing, that will only make you that will only transform you and turn you into becoming more and more like them. So as Swamiji had said yesterday, we are not all single islands, we're all connected, and we're all very much deeply connected. We are not single islands. There is a connection which connects all of us together, and that is what realize that is what is the space of Advaita. So just if you're thinking that some celebrity living in some part of the world, if you cherish him and idealize him and think about him continuously here, how is that going to affect my thought current level? How is that going to affect my mental setup, the way I behave, the emotions I go through? It very much affects, because as Swamiji had very shared, it is not just about cherishing them, it is because we are all interconnected. The people you think about more and more, you start becoming them, you start adapting their mental setup, you will start going through the depression they're going through, the anxiety which they're going through. As human beings, we all have various emotions, we all have various different problems which we are dealing with. So only by looking towards an Ishtadevata, only by looking towards the ultimate, will we be able to transform ourselves, will we be able to become better people of ourselves. There is not a single human being who does not have flaws. If a human being does not have flaws, then they are not no more human being, they have become divine beings. Only when we relate to divine beings, when we continuously cherish divine beings in our life, only then we become those divine beings. So this is a very important point which will directly address many of the problems modern youth is facing, directly help in terms of depression and anxiety, and it just changes a person's life completely when they start relating with Ishtadevatas instead of relating to celebrities and social figures. They immediately, dramatically, they will start seeing changes in their life. Supporting and going behind your celebrities and social figures, there's nothing much. You will support them, you will pay for their movies, their TV shows, because they're giving you entertainment. They will also thank you for promoting their entertainment which they have made, but that's all. That's where the relationship ends. When it comes to Ishtadevatas, they will help you in your everyday problems from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you go to bed. Each and every single problem, they are there with you, right next to you, to support you and help you manifest the reality which you want. So, and such a very beautiful concept in Hinduism, where each person is given the freedom to choose the Ishtadevata. You may have come from a family of Shiva devotees, where everyone in your family is a devotee of Shiva, but you have decided, for you, Venkateshwara has clicked with you. You are given the freedom to choose Venkateshwara as your Ishtadevata. There is a beauty and freedom in Hinduism, because we understand Ishtadevata as more than just a tradition, more as something than just continuing the parampara, the lineage. Ishtadevata is directly a practical application, like how we have our phones and laptops for us to work throughout the day, for us to function in modern society. Puja and Ishtadevatas are also another phone and another laptop with which we are trying to function without. The moment we have that in our life, we will be able to accomplish so much. So much of transformation will happen in our life. So this was just something in this question. Youngsters why should youngsters look towards the Ishtadevatas as their ideal instead of celebrities and social figures? Yes, sir. Is there anything we'd like to add before we move on to the next question?
See, with Ishtadevata, you can actually get to know their full history, like right from when they came into being till they left the body. You can read any part of their lives. You can get to know about any part of their life history, any dimension of life, and take some lesson from that. But when you go to celebrities, you understand only a part of what they show on screen. So suddenly, if something negative comes up, the person who has actually taken up the celebrity as a role model may or may not still stick with them, and it is not a permanent thing. You can't learn. A celebrity is not a role model for anybody in all dimensions of life for all time. There could be some negative aspect, and you never know who could be negative and in what extent, in what way, and all that. So that's why it's better to stick with Devata than celebrity. Because a Devata is essentially a role model in all dimensions of life for all time. So that's the difference between Devata and celebrity.
Yes, sir, yeah. Thank you
being
so
a role
much.
model.
So choosing our Ishta Devata, we all discussed about how Ishta Devata is unique to Hinduism and how Hinduism gives you the freedom not only to choose your Ishta Devata out of the 33 crore Devatas which we have, but if you do not click with any one of them, create your own as well. And it's not something which only a few people do. Even Rama, Rama created his Devata, Rameshwaram. The Shiva in the Rameshwaram temple is named after Rama. So that is the Devata, that is his version of Paramashiva which he had created and left there in Rameshwaram on the banks of Kanyakumari. So even great people like Lord Rama himself has adopted this tradition of Ishtadevata where he has created his own version of Paramashiva and worshipped there. So this isn't a foreign concept. This isn't something that is only mentioned but not practiced. People like Rama himself have practiced this, and our own Swamiji. Swamiji himself has named the Paramashiva which we worship globally as Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti. So even we have adopted our own form of Paramashiva and Parashakti. So this is the beauty in Hinduism where we are given the freedom to choose our Ishta Devatas. And not only that, make adjustments, modifications, how we feel the most connected to them. That is the way Hinduism gives us the right and freedom to adopt ourselves as such. So when doing Nitya Puja, how does it help in bringing more and more deeper connection to our Ishta Devata? Simply choosing our Ishta Devata but not relating with them, that doesn't help anyone, and it's of no use actually. Just choosing Ishta Devata but not relating with them in any way. So doing the Nitya Puja, how does it help directly in bringing more to Ishta Devata? Yes, Raja Maharaj?
Yes, actually, what I was explaining before about the deity manifesting in your life as your Istadevata, the actual people may not recognize choosing, going around and selecting one deity. It is not like going in. It's not like how we go to a shop and select which doll we're going to buy. It's not like that. It's more like the deity you are a seeker. For example, you seek answers for something inside you. You seek answers for the truth that you want to experience in your life, the reality that you want to experience in your life, and you want to and you go about seeing how to manifest the reality that you want, and you continuously are seeking such things. So as a seeker, when one seeker sits and does puja, uh, and relates with the cosmic energy, even the four declarations that we do before the puja bring this context beautifully. That we declare that the cosmic energy exists, that we are theists, and that the cosmic energy exists, and it exists here in the form of this deity. And then whatever I offer this deity will reach the cosmic source of energy directly. And then and then even if I worship to this deity, I am in oneness with this deity. These are the gist of the four declarations that we make every day. So by doing puja every day and sitting before the deity every day, you have an opportunity to open yourself up to the deity. See, many times people won't relate. Even for my case also, this example is there. I never related before with the Shivalinga. I never understood how do people even connect with a form that's not there. I understood how to connect with the Venkateshwara, how to connect with the Devi. Such grand form they have, such beautiful way that the deity is made. But I understand. Sorry about that. We can sit in our puja every day and attend to the Ishtadevata. So as I was saying, that I never connected with the Shivlinga. It is not having a specific form. But I knew my guru says that this deity is alive. This is Shivalinga is very powerful and it can respond to you. He is there. Nithyanandeshwara is there. So I took Swamiji's words and I said, okay, then let me sit before the Shivalinga. Let me connect with it and let me just say, please manifest in my life. My guru says you are real and you do so much. And many people also say that you are real and you do so much. So you manifest the way you want and show me that you're real. Show me that you're real. This is a very beautiful way to connect to the Ishtadevata, especially when you are given that time in puja. Because it's in that puja, you don't have to sit and frustrate and if you be frustrated that you don't understand this and you don't understand the process. Many people will be, and even I was. But you can actually sit there in a humble feeling and saying, at least many people say this is a good thing to do. Many people say, that and Swamiji says that he sits in puja and it finds himself so much of good things happen in his life. So let me also sit in puja and let me open myself up and let me see how this whole process heals me, benefits me. And people just need to try this. Just they need to sit and open up in front of the deity and just be honest. And in the deity, you can be the deity as if the deity doesn't know your deepest honesty. Even if you are a little frustrated, it knows. Even if you're not showing that frustration, the deity knows. The devata knows. Paramashiva knows, and it responds to you accurately. So, doing the Nitya sitting in before the deity, the Shivalinga, the Paramashivolinga, in your Guru Puja, in your Shiva Puja every day, it's an opportunity for you to connect deeply with the truest part of you and express that, because with no one else you can really do that, and no one else is listening to that level either. No one else is really the God in front of you is only able to listen to you through and through and give you that listening. So sitting with a deity every day and doing the Nitya Puja will have a tremendous benefit in you being able to experience the extraordinary manifestation of Paramashiva, the extraordinary ways that these manifest in your life. So these are the benefits of offering puja every day.
Thank you so much, Raja Maharaj. So, is there anything you would like to add, Dr. Murali? Something you'd like to say before we move on?
Actually, Ishtadevata means, the very word means how I perceive God to be, how this body, this mind perceives God to be. So, by the very essence, by the very meaning, Ishtadevata, it means that we look up to that set of values or ideals which that deity stands for, is what we aspire for. So it is that. So it is simply obvious that we want to be with that deity, be like the deity for whatever, in whatever way, in whatever reason. So that is where we want to be. We want to be in oneness with that deity in that zone, and that is why we want to be in that. So we will definitely do puja to that. We will worship that. We show respect to that, and that is what will help us be in connection with that. Is what I feel.
Thank you so much,
So
Aya. Yes,
the word
Vilvapati Aya.
Ishtadevata itself means that we will be connected there. We are relating to the Supreme through this set of ideals, this set of values. So that's why we are connecting with the puja through the deity. So Ishtadevata is what I feel.
Yes, Vilvapati Aya. Something you wanted to say?
As Maharaj told, Hinduism is for seekers. Once we seek, we really understand, we recognize the divine within us. Again, how to relate that one? So to relate with the divinity and relate with the cosmos only, we conduct puja. So once we relate with the Ishtadevata, how do you communicate? Physically, rather. See, unless you sit with the divinity, unless you sit with the Ishtadevata, there is a procedure. See what Swamiji designed, we have to sit with the Ishtadevata, with our Swamiji, with our divinity, with our avatar. We conduct puja. See, once you relate with the divinity, once you have the relation with the God, your Ishtadevata, you are able to communicate directly. You are just worshipping, you are celebrating rather. You are celebrating with the deity, you are celebrating with the Devata. That is the puja. It's not only a prayer, as Maharaj told very well, no? Our Devata knows us very well. What we need, what we require, what is the actual position, what is our status, what is whatever it is. What are we? Our Devata knows it. But apart from prayer, we are communicating with the God. And personally, I feel no, once I complete puja, no, I am not in a position to, what shall I say, remove these things. See, temporarily we put flowers and water and everything and all these things. And I simply celebrate it. I see, what shall I say, I'm happy to see my deity, my Ishadevata is with me. So immediately, I don't want to dismantle the things. Say, I have to put my Ishadevata in my shelf. I have to put my Sivalinga, Atma Linga in our puja box. I have to put my Nandi there. Nandi I got from Omkarishwara Nandi actually. I got this one stone. It's a stone in the form of God. We celebrate this Nandi. I put my Nandi in front of my Atma Linga. So I'm not able to separate it. I don't will actually see. Anyway, it is a customary things. So I celebrate my puja. I celebrate my Ishadevata. I celebrate me. That's why we conduct puja. So it's a part and parcel of this divine connection. That's why we conduct puja. Puja is one of the most important and most celebrated things to have a connection with our Ishadevata.
Adding to what Vilupataya said, I will say that I also believe like that. See, when I in the puja mantra we chant that the dhupa is actually that is which is loved by all the devas. So that's why we have dhupa at all. So what I want to do is like when I light an incense for the puja, or when I light a lamp for the puja, it is my wish that they should not be doused after the puja. They should be left to the incense should go down on itself. The oil should get dried up fully by itself. I don't like dousing it, but it is only because of some economic conditions or sometimes some people like my brother used to feel allergy towards the incense smell. So that's why we are forced to douse it. Otherwise, I will not like dousing it myself. And to share my miracle experience with this puja, like the mantra said, you see, in the Living Enlightened book, Swamiji had said, uh, only you don't have any love for me directly. Only my love will actually penetrate penetrate through you and come back to me. And my love will come through you and it will come back to me as your love. And in the end, only that love will remain. He has written in the book like that. So actually, I was very curious to know what this actually meant. What is that only love will remain? So I, believe or not, in my room, actually I had sat in meditation. Swamiji, please tell me what this means. In this book, you had said like this. What is that only you have love, your love, only that love will remain? What is that love remaining? So I sat there and I kept integrity towards that Pratyaksh for the Puja verse, which talks about the incense stick. So I lighted the incense stick and sat in meditation, and I kept my photo and I started talking to him. And the experience I had was this. Suddenly, I could not see anything in the room other than Swamiji's eyes. In the whole room, that the bureau, my bureau, my office bag, the cot where I was sitting, the chair, nothing was. I could see only Swamiji's eyes, and I could see the whole what Swamiji now calls as Kailasa. That is like he says in the night sky, how everything is completely dark. Only the stars are stars spot that you see white spots. But Kailas is exactly the opposite. So I saw that actually. I saw the whole thing was white with Swamiji's eyes, and there were some dark spots here and there maybe. But I was concentrating on the eyes, and I was shedding bliss tears. And suddenly I could not feel anything below my chest. Anything below my, I could not feel any body part below my chest, and it was such a very intense experience. And I wish I could be in that zone for a very long time. I wish that I wanted to be in that zone for a very long time, and I was just trembling in bliss, I should say. Like, it was such a nice, sweet experience, and something stirred in my Anandaganda, and I didn't notice what at that time was. And next day, when I actually removed my shirt, I had when I saw in the mirror, I just happened to glance into the mirror. I thought that I saw that in my chest, in the Anandaganda, he had smeared a whole bout of vibhuti. So I thought that he had given me that bliss experience. He thought what that love was, and it was so strong. And I'm still trying very hard to replicate that, I should say. Like, Swamiji always says, don't be greedy, don't be grabbing. But this experience, it was so nice that I just want to grab it. I want that experience again and again. And I understood what he meant by only that love will remain. I did feel that something in the name of love was standing between me and him. It was so nice. Like, I could still see Swamiji's eyes. I could still feel my what that it was a higher consciousness state, I should say. Like, and what exactly he meant by only the love will remain, I understood it experientially. And that Vibhuti was, and that was the first ever time I think I saw Vibhuti in my life, in my connection with Swamiji. Just wanted to ask this: what is your love? What is that only love will remain? Please show me. And I asked this, and I invited him with that incense stick to my room that day. It was such a very sweet, intense experience. I should say. It was
Yes.
really nice.
Thank you for sharing your beautiful experience about how.
And ever before, this happened ever before Swamiji talked about this vibhuti, materialization, and all that. So it was really nice.
Yes,
It was really, really very sweet.
very sweet experience that you shared. Actually, in your daily puja, if you sit and just remember this, cherish this moment in your daily puja, there is equivalent of having experiencing it again and again and again. And
In my
actually,
puja itself, also I had experienced a lot of vibhuti utilizations, and which I had shared on Facebook. And here and there, I used to get some dark marks here and there. Maybe it is jnana, I don't know. I have a lot
yes,
of photographs of that.
yes, yeah. So I'm just adding to that. You said that you wanted to cherish that moment. You wanted to cherish that moment again and again, and wanted to just point out that Swamiji has told us that and taught puja to us, saying that puja is nothing but a space where these powerful moments, these moments of satori, these moments of oneness and bhava samadhi can be repeatedly lived again and again in your life. And puja is very much the space for that, and the time for that. And it's beautiful to see how you are experiencing the direct response of Paramashiva in your life, and how he's giving you tremendous answers. Soul, where your soul itself is seeking, he's giving you answers for those for your seeking. And
Actually, I want to do it now. That's my conclusion. I want that to happen now. This happened before he talked about the materialization and all that. So I wish I could get that now, so that I feel that I'm still in connection with you. And that's what my thing is.
I similarly for me also, when it comes to having Kalavar darshan, I had a beautiful experience where I saw before Kalavar darshan, Swamiji was standing as Kalavar. I had a beautiful just a glimpse of Swamiji as Kalavar, wearing the black dress and with the loose hair, and I thought, oh, that is an interesting darshan. And then a few days later, he starts giving Kalavar darshan.
Yeah.
This also I have, but at least right now I stand as a grateful for him for giving me a glimpse and showing me that he's real again and again.
Yeah, that is there. Yeah, it's a kind of mixture of gratitude and excitement, and what the feeling that I want it now after he has told the whole world about it all.
Yes, yeah. Thank
Go
you so
on.
much. Yeah, that is a very sweet and very beautiful experience which you had shared with all of us. Thank you so much for the sharing. So with this, actually, it's time. Actually, we've crossed our time limit. So just before we conclude and end, to experience more and more, see, Murliya, Vilvapatiya, everyone sitting with us here at the panel, all of these experiences, all of these benefits, everything was possible only because of the Kailasa ecosystem which everyone is living in. What is a
Yeah.
Kailasa ecosystem? Kailasa ecosystem isn't just something where you have the infrastructure, you have a temple, a monastery. That is a part of the Kailasa ecosystem. But the fundamental principle, what makes a Kailasa ecosystem? Swamiji beautifully shared the other day in Satsang, is when a group of people, when they see themselves as Paramashiva and see each other as Paramashiva, that is where the Kailasa system is, that is where and how it starts. So it is because of the continuous practice living in the Kailasa ecosystem, so many experiences, so many different benefits, so many different manifestations have been able to happen in all of our lives. So let us now watch a small video about Kailasa and how voting for Kailasa. Just a small promo video. Please stay tuned.
Yeah.
Which we have shared here, anything which we have said has reverberated with you, have clicked with you, then please visit the URL which is being projected, tinyurl.com/, and choose, vote out your opinion on what do you think should be the stance which is taken by Hinduism, taken by Kailasa as a nation, on whether puja should be made into a mandated law, puja should be left to the individual's convenience. One of the main aspects today which we discussed in the Vakyartha Sadhas was how puja is, how choosing Ishtadevata helps in helping people, bringing people to help them make Nitya Puja a little bit more easier, and how through Nitya Puja you can connect more and more to your Ishtadevata. In depth, we had discussed the importance of the Ishtadevata and why it is necessary for each and every one of us to choose and maintain our relationship with our Ishtadevatas. So, if anything which we have spoken here, if anything has clicked with you, please visit the URL tinyurl.com/Hindu votes and cast your vote. With this, it is now time to enter into Nitya Satsang. Let us prepare ourselves now. Please sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and bring your awareness into your Ananda Gandha. Visualize Paramashiva sitting in your Ananda Gandha. Visualize Swamiji sitting in your Ananda Gandha as Paramashiva with 25 heads and 50 hands. Now, slowly, very slowly, start chanting the Mahavakya, reverberating throughout your entire body. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.